What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video here on B-Mills Wrestling. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my full Evolution 2 reaction. Before we get into the video, if you guys are not already, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss any new videos, and don't forget to leave a like down below. Alright guys, let's get into this video. To kick off Evolution, we had the triple threat match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship between the champion Becky Lynch and the challengers Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. This has been the best storyline going in WWE right now, without a question. I don't even think that it's a debate. The story, it's been there ever since WrestleMania 41 with Becky taking out Bayley to get inserted into that tag match with Lyra, them winning the titles and then losing the night after, and then the Becky turn on Lyra. The matches we saw with Becky and Lyra were awesome. And then obviously just the storyline between them was awesome. It's kind of like a student versus teacher storyline. And then Bayley comes back, she gets involved, right? We get Bayley and Becky, but then we have Lyra getting involved with Becky and Bayley because she still wants that Intercontinental Championship. That obviously ruffled feathers with Bayley and Lyra. Like, it's just been such a good feud between these three women, and the matches that they've had, the singles matches like between Becky, Lyra, Becky, Bayley, Bayley, Lyra, they've all been super good. So I didn't expect anything less in this triple threat match. The triple threat match was awesome. Tons of good spots, fast-paced wrestling, just exactly what you expected, and it was such an awesome match. I also thought the finish was very clever, where they had Bayley and Lyra kind of, breaking up the pins late in that match, not allowing each other to win, but also not allowing Becky Lynch to lose. I think that was like the story there, was that they were going to accidentally allow Becky to steal one, and that's exactly what happened. We saw Bayley have Lyra in the position to win, or Bayley was in position to win. She was going to pin Lyra, and then we see Becky slide in a clean pin by Becky Lynch, a little backslide on Bayley. She picks up the win. Becky Lynch retains her title in this match. I did call that. I did expect her to win. I think it's too early for her to drop the title. I also think that they can continue this storyline. I know that usually, this feels like the end, right? It's going to be something different now for Becky Lynch. I wouldn't mind if they just continued this and ran it back at SummerSlam. I don't know how likely that is, but this was an awesome match. It's been a great feud, and honestly, they deserve it. They deserve to have this match again at SummerSlam with perhaps a new winner. Maybe Bayley wins that one. I don't care. Either way, this match was absolutely awesome, and Becky Lynch retains her title. Following that, we had the women's NXT title match between the champion Jacy Jayne and the challenger Jordynne Grace. I was excited for this match. I honestly thought that we were going to see Jordynne Grace win the NXT Women's Championship and go on a run, but I was wrong. Jacy Jayne did retain the title in this match. This was a pretty fun match. I thought the in-ring stuff was good between these two, but obviously the story about this match, the thing that everyone's going to be talking about, is that Blake Monroe turned heel. Yes, Blake Monroe, already heel. She just debuted in NXT about a month ago, if even. She's already turned heel. I will say this, she thrives as a heel. She's just so much better as a heel, so I absolutely love that, they're doing this with her, and I, think that the way they did it was good as well, right? It looked kind of like inadvertent when she hit Jordynne Grace with the title, but obviously she gave you that look to the camera. She's heel, right? There's no questions about it. I'm excited for this feud between Jordynne Grace and Blake Monroe. I think that they can do excellent things. I think that this also might be the feud that sends Jordynne Grace to the main roster, because I think that that's coming soon. It was rumored to happen when like Stephanie, Julia, and Roxanne got caught up. She didn't get caught up, so maybe this is like her go-home feud before she gets sent up. I'm not too sure. Either way, this feud should be good, and Jacy Jayne is still the NXT Women's Champion. After that, we had the Fatal 4-Way Women's Tag Titles match between the champions Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Sol Ruca and Zarya versus Asuka and Kairi Sane. This was an awesome match. I've been saying it, right? The tag titles, the women's tag titles, they needed something like this so desperately. Like, the tag titles, they've been dead ever since Bianca and Naomi dropped them. They needed a revive. This was an awesome match, and this is what WWE should be doing with these titles. They have to keep all these teams involved. I hope they do, even with the NXT superstars. I think you have to keep them up and working with these tag titles. But like I said, this was an awesome match. I honestly thought the outcomes was, it was going to be Raquel and Roxanne retaining, just because Judgment Day, they've currently got all the gold. I don't think that they were going to end that so soon. And then I also thought there was a world where Alexa and Charlotte, could win the titles. I think they will win in the future. I'll get into that. But like I said, this was a super fun match. A lot of teases as well. Within this match, we obviously saw Zarya spear Sol Ruca by accident. That's kind of setting up her turn on Sol Ruca. I don't know when that's going to happen, but they're planting the seeds. It's eventually going to happen. It's going to break a lot of hearts, but it's going to happen. We obviously saw Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, getting on the same page, right? Charlotte's the one who saved Alexa Bliss from that inadvertent spear from Zarya. But just great match, like a ton of awesome spots. Sol Ruca, like what a match from her, just absolutely putting on a classic. She's showing everybody that she's literally one of the best wrestlers in the world. She is the future of women's wrestling in WWE. But yeah, no, like I said, awesome match. We get to the end point where, you don't know who's going to win, but then we have Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez pull it out, with Roxanne taking out Charlotte Flair, taking her out outside of the ring, allowing Raquel to pin Sol Ruca in this match. It was kind of like an awkward ending, I will say. It was a great match. The ending was just really like awkward. It didn't feel like that was the end, but it was. Raquel and Roxanne are still the women's tag champions. I do expect Alexa and Charlotte to become the next tag champions. I think that it's going to happen at SummerSlam. I think they want to progress the storyline between Alexa and Charlotte a little more, have them become more of a team. I think the match was going to be Roxanne and Raquel versus Alexa and Charlotte at SummerSlam, and then I think we'll see Alexa and Charlotte become the tag champions. But for now, Raquel and Roxanne are still your women's tag team titles champions. I also just wanted to point out the cheers that Charlotte Flair was getting in this match. This is huge. This is what WWE needed to do with her. If they don't want her to get booed, they needed to change something. Like, her having the same gimmick that she's had for the past decade, it's not cutting it anymore. People don't want to see her in the main event scene, always feuding for the world titles, always winning the world titles. People don't want that. Like, we want her in fresh new storylines that don't have to be, revolving around the world title, right? Having her in this tag team with Alexa Bliss is a huge step up, right? Because Alexa gets cheered. So you pair Charlotte with Alexa, Charlotte's automatically going to get some cheers from that, right? And like I said, she's not feuding for the world title. So, like, this is what they needed to do. They're letting Charlotte express, like, more character. Like, has more of a personality than just, oh, I'm the queen, like, you look up at me, I'm the champion, whatever. Like, no, you're seeing her with more personality in what she's doing with Alexa, right? Like, showing a little bit of humor for, like, the first time ever. So this is just huge. I'm so happy that we're finally getting to see Charlotte do something else and have a little bit of a different character. Right after that, we had the women's championship match between the champion Tiffany Stratton and the challenger Trish Stratus. Obviously, the build for this match wasn't too good. They had a couple segments together. It just doesn't really feel like there's any, like, real heat there. It doesn't really feel like they hate each other like they're supposed to. I think their second promo together was a little better than the first one. But obviously, at that point, you're banking on a good match. And this was a good match. I am surprised. I really didn't think that this was going to be a good match between these two. Trish, she's obviously getting up there in age, but damn, she can still hoop. She proved me wrong today. She put on a classic with Tiffany Stratton. I honestly wish the match was like 5 or 10 minutes longer because that's how much I was enjoying it. Trish was just looking amazing. Like, she was like doing moonsaults off the top rope at her age. I mean, that is crazy. But like I said, this was a super fun match. I didn't expect Trish to pull this one out. They had one false finish where, maybe Trish was going to become women's champion again, but no. Tiffany Stratton does pull it out. She does retain her championship in this match. But like I said, really, proud of this match because I think a lot of people were expecting this one to not hit and maybe be the worst match of the night. I think it was one of the best matches of the night. It was that damn good. But Tiffany Stratton retains her championship in this match. Following that, we had the no-holds-bar match between Jade Cargill and Naomi, with Bianca Belair as the special guest referee. I was very happy that they added this stipulation and Bianca being the special guest because I wasn't really that excited to see Jade versus Naomi too. I just feel like the storyline is kind of dying. I didn't really want to see it again, if I'm being honest. But making a no-holds-bar match and then adding Bianca as a special guest referee like that made me instantly interested in the match. And this was a really good match, just like all the matches on this card. This was another great one. I thought the spots in this match were really good. With Jade like going through like the side of the table, we saw like an explosion. Obviously, weapons being introduced, chairs, kendo sticks, table spots. The thing I was kind of surprised about is that we didn't really have any like real involvement of Bianca Belair in this match. I thought, with her being the special guest referee, we were gonna see her like maybe accidentally cost Jade or accidentally cost Naomi. Like, I don't know, maybe cost both of them. I thought like we were gonna see her put hands on either Naomi or Jade or both of them. No, like not at all. Really, I think that she was just there because WWE wanted her on Evolution, and that's 100% okay. Like, she deserves to be on the second ever all women's PLE. Like, she's one of the staples of women's wrestling, so she definitely does deserve to be there. I think that's why, because she's still not medically cleared. But like I said, this was an awesome match with a great finish. Jade Cargill hitting the Jaded off the top rope, sending Naomi through the table for the 1-2-3. She picks up the win in this match. Following that, we had the 20 women battle royal. Winner goes on to face a world champion of their choosing at Clash in Paris, which is August 31st. This was a fun one as well. I was really looking forward to this. I think the most out of any match on the card. I love battle royals, Royal Rumbles, stuff like that. And I thought it was kind of unpredictable. Like, I think there was a lot of people they could have given this win to. I thought Nikki Bella was a candidate, Stephanie Vaquer, even like a Lash Legend. Like, I could see winning. But like I said, this was a super fun one, right? Obviously, we got to see Lash Legend get a huge showcase. She looked amazing in this match. I really do think WWE sees something in her, just with her physique. I think that she is going to be on the main roster sooner rather than later. She made it all the way to the final two. Nikki Bella, I thought, had a great chance of winning this match. She made it to the final four before she was kicked out by Lash Legend. I'm wondering if this is the end for Nikki Bella for this run. I don't know if the plan was just for her to come back for Evolution. Obviously, her match with Liv Morgan got scrapped, but I really hope that we see her stick around more. I want to see her at least on like somewhat of a part-time schedule, and maybe have a SummerSlam match, because I do love Nikki Bella. She is one of my favorites. I hope that this isn't a goodbye for her, but we do have the final two, like I said, of Lash Legend and Stephanie Vaquer. And Stephanie pulls out the win in this. I mean, I predicted it. I absolutely thought it was going to happen. And, I'm just super happy with that, because I think Stephanie Vaquer deserves it, because she's so over, coming up from NXT. The fans love her down there. The fans love her up here. I mean, she just oozes aura. Like, I think that having her immediately in the world title picture isn't insane. I know, like, obviously, you have the women's IC title that she could be going after before she gets to the world title. But I think that she's already at main event status. Like, I think that she should be chasing the world championships. I think that just makes sense. And I'm super excited to see which champion she's going to face at Clash in Paris. Because I think there's a world where she wins the world title or the women's title, whichever one she decides to go after. And I would not hate that at all. But like I said, awesome battle royal. Super happy that Stephanie Vaquer pulled this one out. Let's get into this crazy main event. Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. If I'm going to be honest, I was not too hyped for this match when it got announced, because I instantly was just like, okay, this is how they're going to end Io Sky's title reign after not even trying with her as champion. Like, literally, this is her first defense since WrestleMania. I was just super upset with it. Like, obviously, I knew the match was going to be good. But like, I was like, wow, this is how we're going to end her title reign. We're just going to give the title back to Rhea Ripley, because they don't know what to do with Io Sky. That's what my initial reaction was. But getting into the match was freaking awesome. Like, the chemistry between Rhea and Io is undefeated. Like, they have some of the best chemistry in ring. Just tons of great spots in this match. Obviously, as we get later into the match, I think the thing that really surprised me was the referee, Jessica Garza, got taken out. Io Sky hit her with a drop kick off the top rope. At that point, like, I was confused, because I thought this was just going to be a clean one-on-one where Rhea pins Io, finally gets her win versus Io, because she's 0-4, I think it is, against her. Like, that was the whole storyline, was that Rhea could never beat Io. So I was like, oh, Evolution, it's the main event. Rhea, she's going to win back the title. It's too obvious. Clearly, I was wrong. When the shenanigans started, I didn't know what to expect. I strapped in. I was ready for the ride. They started fighting all over the arena. Rhea Ripley was pissed about it. We saw Io Sky like fly from like 20 feet in the air, taking out Rhea, which I thought was insane. They eventually make their way back to the ring. We see Io Sky hit her moonsault, and then the referee gets back in the ring. I'm like, oh wow, Io Sky's actually going to retain the title in this match. I was completely caught off guard. Rhea kicks out. I instantly get pissed again. I was like, oh, yep, Rhea Ripley. Rhea Hogan, she's going to win. She's going to win back the title. Win back the title. But no, that's not what happens. This match goes on for a little longer. We see a Spanish fly off the top ropes. And then we eventually just see both of these women laid out in the ring. In that moment, I literally, kid you not, I said, when they were both laid out, I said, oh, this would be like a cool, chance for Naomi to cash in. Not actually thinking that it was going to happen, because the story wasn't there. Like, she didn't even tease cashing in on Io Sky. And what do I know? Her freaking music hits. Naomi comes down to the ring. She's all banged up from her match with Jade Cargill. She cashes in the briefcase. She hits Io Sky with her finisher and picks up the win. She's the new Women's World Champion. honestly cannot believe that happened. This is the type of swerve and the type of unpredictability that WWE needs. And don't get me wrong, they do swerves, they do unpredictable stuff, but like this is what makes WWE so fun when they do something like this. Like the story was, oh, Naomi's gonna cash in on Tiffany or Jade Cargill at SummerSlam because she's obviously been feuding with Jade Cargill forever. And then Tiffany Stratton costed her so many times. They've teased Naomi cashing in on her ever since she won the briefcase and even before it. So like there was never even like one segment between Naomi and Io Sky. But we get it. It happens. Like Naomi literally cashes in. This was crazy. Like I cannot believe that this happened. I'm wondering what like the future holds for like SummerSlam for Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. Do they just run it back one-on-one where Rhea finally gets the win? I don't know. Naomi as well. Like where does she go going into SummerSlam? Like do we see her feud with Bianca for the world title going into SummerSlam? Like is Bianca going to be cleared from her injury? I don't know. But either way, I am strapped in for the ride. This was an absolutely insane main event, and what a PLE. Like props to all of these women on this card. Like literally not one single bad match. This was awesome. Great job by Triple H. I was really happy with this PLE. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys like this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Don't forget to comment down below what future videos you guys want to see from me. Alright guys, peace.